Sacramento Kings fans, buckle up, because what's happening behind the scenes in Sacramento might just be one of the wildest off-season backcourt experiments we've seen in years. The Kings, yes, the same Kings who have been clawing to stay relevant in the brutal Western Conference, are seriously weighing their future between keeping Malik Monk, their explosive but streaky scoring guard, and opening the door for none other than Russell Westbrook. That's right, the former MVP, the walking triple-double machine, the energy spark plug who's now in the twilight of his career, could be suiting up in purple and black. Now here's the kicker. Sacramento doesn't want to sacrifice Monk to make room for Westbrook. So the real question is, how far are the Kings willing to go to chase a playoff push in the West? And just as important, is Russell Westbrook really the missing piece? Or is this just another classic case of Sacramento chasing names instead of building a cohesive team? To understand why the Kings are even in this position, we've got to rewind the tape on their offseason. Sacramento entered free agency with one clear mission: strengthen the backcourt. De'Aaron Fox is their franchise cornerstone, no doubt about it. But the Kings brass felt Fox couldn't do it all alone, especially after last season's disappointing early playoff exit. So what did they do? They pulled the trigger on signing Dennis Schroeder to a 3-year, $45 million deal. Solid move. Schroeder's steady, he's reliable, he can defend, and he's coming off strong international play. That was their insurance policy, but then came the whispers. The Kings weren't done. They wanted more. They had eyes on Jonathan Kuminga. They had flirted with dangling pieces like Keon Ellis and even rookie Devin Carter. But at the center of all the buzz, Malik Monk. The same Monk who had just put up a career-high 17.2 points per game last season. The same Monk who had been electric off the bench, but also streaky, inefficient, and at times frustrating. Now let's pause here, because Monk is not just another guy. He's beloved by a section of Kings fans because of his microwave scoring ability. But inside the front office, there's a different conversation. Monk, for all his highlights, is not a natural point guard. And when you're building a playoff caliber roster, you need guards who can handle, facilitate, and space the floor consistently. That's why Sacramento added Schroeder. That's why Sacramento even considered trading Monk. And that's exactly where this Russell Westbrook storm begins. Alright, here's where things start heating up. Because while Sacramento was busy patching up their backcourt with Dennis Schroeder and floating names like Malik Monk in trade scenarios, NBA insider Mark Stein dropped the bombshell. The Kings have maintained interest in unsigned free agent Russell Westbrook. And that's when every fan in California started asking the same question. Wait, Westbrook? Really? Now, let's be clear. We're talking about a former MVP, a walking highlight reel, a guy who once turned triple-doubles into a nightly routine. But we're also talking about a player in his late 30s, a player whose jump shot has never been his strength, a player defenses willingly leave open from 3, and on a roster that just added DeMar DeRozan, another ball-dominant, mid-range specialist. The idea of Westbrook joining the mix feels risky, to say the least. Think about it. Fox, DeRozan, Schroeder, Monk. Now add Russ. That's a whole lot of ball-handling guards who need touches, but not a whole lot of floor spacing. And in today's NBA, spacing is everything. Without it, defenses collapse, lanes shrink, and frustration builds. And yet, Sacramento can't shake the idea. Why? Because Westbrook still brings something you can't teach. Energy. Relentless energy. Hustle. That fearless drive that can tilt the momentum of a game in just a few minutes. Kings management looks at Russ and sees a spark plug who could give them toughness, pace, and leadership in a crowded Western Conference where every possession matters. But here's the twist. According to Stein, Sacramento doesn't want Westbrook at the expense of Malik Monk. That's right. Despite dangling Monk earlier in the offseason, they've drawn a line in the sand. If Russ comes to town, it won't be because Monk was shipped out. So what does that mean? It means Sacramento's front office is stuck in a balancing act. trying to create room for Westbrook without blowing up the chemistry they've been building. And let's be honest, that's a dangerous game. Because one wrong move, and you've got a locker room full of unhappy guards, all fighting for the same minutes, the same shots, the same spotlight. So here we are. Sacramento is standing at the crossroads. On one side, Malik Monk, proven scorer, fan favorite, and a key piece of the Kings' identity over the past 3 years. On the other side, Russell Westbrook, a future Hall of Famer, still hungry, still fiery, but a gamble at this stage of his career. This is the heart of the Kings' dilemma. Do you double down on stability with the roster you've built, or do you roll the dice on chaos, hoping Russ has one last shockwave left in him? Either way, one thing is clear, Sacramento isn't done yet. Whether Westbrook puts on a Kings jersey or not, this front office is swinging for the fences. And the Western Conference better pay attention. Because when the Kings get bold, they don't just want a playoff spot, they want to rewrite the story of their franchise. And that's the story, folks. The Sacramento Kings caught between Malik Monk and Russell Westbrook. Between safe and steady or bold and unpredictable. Now here's my question for you. If you're running the Kings, do you stick with Monk or do you take the gamble on Russ? Drop your take in the comments. I want to hear what the real fans think. And hey, don't go anywhere because the NBA drama doesn't stop here. This is your channel for non-stop NBA news, rumors, and deep dives. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and turn on those notifications so you never miss the action. I'll see you in the next video.